All right, for this week, we're talking about transitions with our presentations. Um, Obviously, this is something that we're all thinking about as or just turned in our outline and are focusing on the final product. First reason I have is that the transitions just allow the audience to follow the flow of the holy cow, follow the flow of the presentation better. When a speaker is clearly signaling that they're moving on from one concept to the other, the audience doesn't have to guess how information is connected, instead of feeling like they're just hearing a bunch of separate facts. They can better understand the overall message. My presentation is covering nonverbal communication, or obviously more specific, but that's like the overarching theme. And transitions will help just better connect certain topics and certain facets of that overall topic. Second, transitions help keep audience engaged. If a speaker suddenly jumps to a new point without warning, it's super easy to lose focus and just kind of doze off, or mentally at least, or just become confused entirely. A simple transition, now that we've talked about X, now we're going to look at how it affects Y and Z, something like that. Just prepares the audience for what's coming next, and it keeps the presentation moving smoothly rather than just kind of just jumping to the next topic. Third, transitions make the speaker seem more prepared and confident. This is kind of like more like a, for me personally, thing, or something, or like a benefit or a good reason to do or to make good transitions. A presentation with clear transitions feels more organized and intentional, and it shows that the speaker has a plan, rather than just simply reading through information. As an audience member, I find it much easier to pay attention to a speaker whose ideas flow like kind of naturally, especially if like somebody's passionate about a subject. You can like super easily tell that this is something they enjoy, this is something they've prepared for, and that they're sharing it because of that. And then without effective transitions, I think the audience would obviously have a much harder time receiving the information and actually understanding it, and retaining it, which I think is the most important. Even if the content is accurate and interesting, people could still become distracted trying to figure out why you're changing topics so fast and how they all connect. So that's all I have.